Okay, so good morning, everyone. No? So today, no, we are going to discuss about the advanced research and data analysis in public administration, no? Specifically when it comes to the introduction of public administration, focus on, of course, in research and data analysis. No? Uh, Again, in this slide, no, as what you can see, this explore the intersection between public administration, research, no, methodologies, and data analysis, focusing on how evidence-based governance strengthen based, uh, of course, no, focusing on how evidence-based governance strengthen policy making and service delivery. No, in the Philippine context, no, in our country right now, no, especially right now, public administration plays a pivotal role, no, in bridging the gap, no, between government intent and public need. No? Globally naman po, best practices and innovation highlight the importance of integrating advanced research to address complex governance challenges in era of rapid change. No? Now, uh, this will be the content, no, of my discussion. No? Public administration in the Philippines is shaped, no, by historical legacies, no, cultural norms, no, and socio-political realities. No? It is responsible for turning policies into tangible results that address citizens' need. No? The fields requires administration who understand, syempre, yung both governance theory and the practical realities of managing resources, people, and information. No? In advanced research kasi, the Philippine context offers a rich ground for analyzing how bureaucracy, no, looking forward that your proposal is related to the bureaucracy, decentralization, and citizen participation interact, no, to shape our governance outcomes. No? Then we have, of course, the colonial, no, the colonial influence on governance. No? The administrative system introduces during Spanish American and Japanese occupations, no, left enduring structural and procedural legacies. No? This includes centralized decision making, formalized bureaucratic hierarchies, and reliance, no, to reliance on written records. No? While these systems brought organizations, they also created challenges in adapting to local context. Now, research into colonial governance uh, helps, no, explain current administrative inefficiencies and informs reforms aimed at making the bureaucracy more responsive, I think, no, and people centered, di po ba? Now, the evolution of administrative systems, uh, the evolution of the administrative systems, no, post independence, following independence in 1946. I don't know, lahat tayo di pa buhay noon, ano. The Philippines implemented reforms to modernize governance, decentralized decision making, and syempre promote uh, democratic participation. As far as I remember, no, the key milestone included the 1987 Constitution emphasizes on transparency and the local government code of 1991, which syempre empowered research in the area, examine how these reforms have shaped policy, no, implementation, no, resource allocation, and citizen engagement. And syempre, identifying both successes and persistent gaps. Because in crafting our research, no, I always advise my student to please revisit first the literatures, some literature reviews, for you to find out what will be the research gaps. No, so based on the given research gap, you will be able to identify your title, no, and your interest, no, for you to start with your research output now. Okay? Next will be the public historical, of course, no, the history overview of the public administrative in the Philippines. Because understanding the historical trajectory of the Philippine public administration provide us context for current challenges and opportunities. And this includes the shift, no, from colonial, no, from colonial control to self-governance. So the integration of traditional leadership system and the gradual incorporation of modern management practices. Syempre, researchers can draw on this history, no, to assess why certain reforms succeed while others struggle, no, and how past experiences inform present day governance strategies. So public policies and economic growth, no. Effective public administration directly influences economic growth by ensuring that our policies stimulate investment, di po ba? Create jobs, no? Lagi naman po sinasabi ng ating mga politicians siya, no? And syempre, build infrastructure in our build infrastructure actually, because in our country, no, in the Philippines setting, no, research on economic policy shows that well-managed programs such as infrastructure spending under build program can have multiple effects, no. Data analysis allows our administration to measure impact, no, adjust strategies, and they yield, no, the greatest return, no. The social justice, no, and inclusive governance. Siyempre, public administration also advances social justice by creating, sabi lagi nila, no, equitable access to resources and services in the Philippines. Initiatives such as, siyempre, yung aware naman tayo, no, the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino programs or P4Ps are designed to reduce poverty and improve social equity. Siyempre, advanced research examine whether these programs, no, truly reach marginalized groups and how governance can be made more inclusive through participatory budgeting, gender-sensitive policies, and indigenous rights protection. I don't know kung narinig niyo po yung one of our senators na mention about anong tawag dito, possible improvement or purpose, no? Parang mayroon siyang proposal, hindi ko alam kung si Tulfo, no, or parang hindi ko ba, pero narinig ko yung sa news, nabasa ko siya rin at the same time, na parang mayroon siyang idea na stay pa rin pero parang iibahin yung strategy, ano. So, yun. Meron bang may idea sa inyo about doon sa isang senators na nag-mention about dito sa pag-revise ng purpose? O nandito ba estudyante ko? Baka ako na lang nandito, ha. Wala kayong idea about dun sa issue ng pag-ano sa purpose? Sige, pag may idea kayo, kindly chat na lang sa ating group, no? Now, how about this one, no? I'll just want to again, this discussion is only an introduction wherein I could able maybe to touch, no, some of your topics, no, but most commonly it's just only an introduction, no. So so it means to say that we look forward that the presenter could able to, of course, to discuss fully, no, or the detail of what I have mentioned during this introduction. So the importance of research methodologies. Ano pa? We are aware about the qualitative versus quantitative approaches. Now, research methodologies are the backbone, no, of informed public administration in our country or in the Philippine context. No? Excuse me. Talaga namang ang aking uboy sumasabay. So, in our country, no, specifically, no, choosing the right method, no, whether qualitative man yan or quantitative survey for a statistical accuracy or qualitative interviews for deeper insights take note of it ha. When it comes to quantitative, most commonly may survey questionnaires tayo. That is for statistical accuracy. Pag sinabi natin qualitative naman po, more in interviews for deeper insights. And take note, this too affects the reliability and applicability of findings. No? Globally, governments use mixed methods, no, approaches to capture both numbers and narrative, enabling richer evidence-based policy development. So, most commonly kasi kapag quali, ito yung mga, let's say, cases ng gusto mong ano yung, let's say, ang isang gamot, no, gusto mong i-prove, isang batas, gusto mo siyang tingnan yung effectivity and so on. Or, kapag naman quantitative, ito yung may mga survey questionnaire tayong ginagawa. Ano pa? Now, globally, no, government use mixed method nga, sabi ko po, approaches to capture both numbers, no, and enabling richer evidence-based policy development. Qualitative versus quantitative approaches, no. Quantitative approaches, no, or quali muna tayo. Qualitative approaches actually in our country focuses, or public administration focuses on understanding, take note ha, pag quali, focus on understanding behaviors, okay, motivations, and perceptions, often through interview and case studies. On the other hand, no, quantitative research uses statistical techniques, no, to identify trends and measure impact. In the Philippines, syempre, combining both approaches has proven useful. For example, in evaluating disaster response programs by blending numerical efficiency data with community feedback. Now, so case study and comparative analysis. Case studies allows, no, deep dives, no, into specific governance experiences, while comparative analysis po highlights differences and similarities across regions or countries. So Philippine administrators, yung mga bosses natin, can learn from both domestic cases like Marikina's flood management and international examples katulad po ng Japan's disaster readiness. No? Research that draws comparisons can help identify adaptable strategies and avoid repeating mistakes. No? Nakinig ba kayo ng SONA ni President natin ngayon? Ang dami niyang gustong i-implement, which is good. And looking forward ako, no, sa implementation. So pag yun nagawa niya, thank you so much and congratulations to him. No? Sana hindi salita lang. Ano pa? Kasi maganda naman yung sinabi niya. Ay, kung i-rate ko yung kanyang SONA, pag magagawa yun, rate 8 to 9 yun. No? So sana mangyari. Okay, utilizing big data in public policy. Big data analytics enables real-time monitoring of public services, no? Predictive modeling for crisis and targeted intervention for the Philippines, no? Or in the country, no? Right now, we are not totally prepared with big data analytics. Ano po? Still no, the ICT, no? Continuous, no, to study, to adapt, of course, and to cascade, no, on how we'll be able to utilize big data. No? Big data is increasingly used in traffic management right now of our MMDA traffic signs or applications. No? And health surveillance, no, ginagamit natin. Globally kasi, cities like Singapore use integrated data dashboards, no, to optimize service delivery. Research in the area examines privacy, data integration, and scalability challenges. Right now, no, nag-subscribe kasi ako sa NLEX kasi nga from Bulacan ako. So pag may travel ako from Bulacan to Manila, nakikita ko yung kung passable ba itong Valenzuela kasi mas commonly nagbabaha po dyan. So through this MMDA traffic apps, no, namo-monitor natin yung area kung saan tayo safe dumaan. Ano pa? Evidence-based management practices, no? Evidence-based management uses empirical findings for to shape administration actually or to shape administrative decisions. No? In the Philippines, no, this might mean using statistical analysis to determine where to open new schools or allocate health workers. No? Globally, no, syempre, uh, globally, no, no, mainom lang ako sandali. Globally, no, countries like New Zealand, no, have institutionalized evidence-based practices, no, ensuring policies are regularly evaluated against measurable outcomes, no. Now, data-driven decision making, no, uh, data-driven decision making strengthen public administration by reducing reliance on guesswork. No, let's say for example, ano po, uh, crime statistics can guide policy or guide our police deployment. Di po ba? While environmental monitoring data can inform climate adaptation projects. No? Research explore how Philippine agencies can better collect, better share, and better use data to support efficient and transparent governance. No? So, lesson from developed countries. No? Dapat kasi, di ba, nagbe-benchmark tayo. And our officials visited different countries for benchmarking. Tama po ba? Sino po bang nasa government agency right now? So, excuse. Developed countries, no, open, simplify, no, streamline administrative processes, no, digital integration and robust, no, accountability mechanism. Let's say for example sa Canada, Canada Opens Data Initiative allows citizens to track government spending. Sa Philippines ba nangyayari na 'yon? Hindi pa, no? Philippine public administration can draw lessons on institutionalizing transparency and using technology to enhance efficiency, no. Emerging trends in developing nations, no. Developing countries often innovate under constraint, syempre po, creating solutions, hindi sisihan, that are cost effective and adaptable. Let's say for example, no, include Kenyas, no. Imagine sa Kenyas, they use mobile banking for tax payments and India's Aadhaar, no, biometric ID system for social services. In our country naman, no, Philippine research can analyze these approaches for potential local adoption. Ngayon naman, unti-unti na, ina-adapt na natin yung ano natin, national ID. Ano? At marami na rin naman government agency or local government agency na talagang computerized na ang pagkuha ng mga ano, ng mga permits, no, online na pati payment and so on. So unti-unti, I believe, no, kapag na-synchronize siya ng ating government agency, lalo kung NBI, syempre dapat yan buong Pilipinas yan. Ano po, may mga data and information na dapat naka one database siya or naka cloud siya para ano, pero syempre another issues in concern is the cybersecurity, no. So very ano pa, actually nandiyan naman na ang Pilipinas, but still talagang ang bilis din kasi ng technology. Let's say we are compliance with right now we are compliance kung ano ang needs to secure our data, our ATMs, banks and so on. Pero ganun din kabilis ang technology na yung pang ano natin, pang secure sa safety ng ating mga records, ng ating mga bank statement and account, ganun din kabilis ang mga ano mga uh, hackers, no? Yun lang yung ano, kaya dapat talaga we are always updated, no? Uh, Updated para hindi tayo maiwan. Okay? Uh, Comparative public administration, okay. This failed examine governance, no, system across different countries to understand why some reforms succeed elsewhere but fail locally, no? Ayun po ang sinasabi ko kanina, no? It encourage adapting, not copying foreign practices. Let's say, for example, ano po, I visited Singapore, no? Singapore centralized governance work well there, no? The Philippine decentralized system requires different adoption strategies, no? So, e-governance and digital transformation. Right now, I am preparing for my talk, no, sa Civil Service Commission, wherein our audience is the boss or of different agencies in the Philippines, no, talking about digital transformation. This will be my second year as a resource speaker of the Civil Service Commission for digital transformation. So I believe naman our Civil Service Commission always see to it that they could able naman to share, no, on how we'll be able to adapt technology in different areas in our country. And that this will be of course coordination with different agencies in our in the Philippines. No, ganun naman kasi pag ang Pilipinas, ano po, minsan lang talaga nagkakaproblema sa budget allocations at yung mga unexpected na may typhoon. So, nako-convert no yung ibang budget sa mga activities or events hindi natin ini-expect. Ano pa? So, hindi naman tayo fully negative sa ating government, no? Kasi syempre, marami naman magagaling sa government offices, no? Ah, yun nga lang, syempre, politically alam naman po natin lahat 'yan na hindi na natin kailangan pag-usapan pa. Baka umabot tayo na hanggang mamayang hapon. Ano pa? Okay, so e-governance strategies, syempre, pag sinabing e-governance, it integrates ICT into administrative processes to improve access, efficiency, and transparency. No? In our country, no, example include online business permit, as I mentioned. No? This will be a system and e-procurement platforms. No? Member din ako ng isang agency na ano po sa procurement, no, nagiging member po ako. No, research evaluates how these systems improve service delivery and identifies barriers such as digital literacy gaps. Siguro in our country, I am really looking forward with the community engagement and participatory approaches. No, hindi lang kasi ang responsibility ng tao sa Pilipinas ay ang pagboto. Hindi lang yun ang responsibility natin. No, community engagement empowers citizens to influence policies that affect them. No, because in our country, no, participatory budgeting in cities like Naga demonstrate how grassroots involvement enhances accountability. Sa Naga, ginagawa na po ito. No? Globally, Brazil, Porto Alegre, no? A model offers benchmark for participatory governance. No? So some best practices in innovation, no? Best practices in public administration often involve innovation, adaptability, and citizen focus. No, Philippines. No, example includes Quezon City's digital property tax payments. No, while globally, Estonia's fully digital government services set a high standard. So research helps identify which innovations are sustainable and scalable. So kaya po tayo nag-aaral, no? And we have the OST and all departments in our government agency has their own research department, no? So, the advancement of public administration in the Philippines depends on embracing research, data, and innovation. Learning from history, no, leveraging modern tools and adapting global insights, public servants can craft policies that are not only efficient but also equitable and inclusive. And this aims to inspire a deeper commitment to evidence-based governance and cornerstone of our national development. Segue lang, ano? Kakatapos lang nung election ng Senate President and list po ng mga committees na i-handle nila. I'm not against naman, no, kung sino man yung nalagay nila doon sa mga positions, no. And very controversial. Naku, naka-record ako, no. Very controversial yung I'm not against with Robin Padilla, no. I'm not against with him. And I don't know, ito is just my personal ha, personal ko po ito mga kapatid. Hindi ito siya ano, he is the one who handling the position of Miriam Defensor before. Yung sa Constitution Committee, siya yung chair. Yes, of course. I believe naman na alam naman ni Sir Robin or ni due respect to him. And pero aware din tayo as Filipino citizen na may mga taong nasa paligid niya na mga lawyers to help him. Pero iba pa rin talaga kapag yung may technical know-how tayo dun sa ating i-handle, di po ba? So I believe, no, I believe and I pray that Senator Robin Padilla could able naman to study more on how he will be able to ano. Kasi ako personally, kapag di ko kaya, di ko ina-accept. Ano? Pero yun nga, sabi ko naman on my personal note, no, na talaga naman na kapag gano'n, lahat naman ng senators natin ay may mga lawyer yan na sa kanilang agency. Kaya lang sa halip na ma-convert yung budget sa iba, dadagdag pa ng tao na babayaran para lang yung, ayun yung, personal ko po ito ha, personal ko siya. Okay, so ano lang, sana ba, di ba, parang aywan ko ba kung paano sila pumipili ng tao mag-hold ng isang position o isang committee. No, kasi ayun ang aking pananaw, no? Pananaw ko lang po 'yan. So, again, public administration in our country context stands at the heart of nation building. It encompasses not only the technical execution of law and policies, Sir Robin, but also the human endeavor of addressing community needs, mediating between state priorities and public welfare. No, in a society where diverse culture, economic disparities, no, syempre geographic, no, challenges converge, no, public administration become the key, no, to making governance responsive, efficient, and inclusive. Baka meron tayong estudyante na nasa office ni Sir Robin Padilla. Okay, so baka meron dito. So syempre kasi mga public ad kayo, no? Kasi last time may student ako sa isang ano na first hand ni Cayetano, no. Nakikinig pala si Sir Cayetano habang nagklaklase ako, no. So baka mayroong ano, pero I'm not against with Sir Robin Padilla. Pero siguro since inaccept niya yung challenge, talagang dapat aralin niya ano para ewan ko ba sobrang active ko sa government ngayon, no. So a while ago I have mentioned about the history of the Philippine public administration because it reveals a constant interplay between inherited governance system and homegrown innovation. From the colonial structures that prioritize centralized authority to the post-interdependence efforts no, forward toward decentralization, each era has left an imprint no, on administrative practices. No? Understanding this historical context kasi is important in research no? As it shapes how policies are designed, implemented, and evaluated today. So, advanced research in public administration provides the analytical backbone needed to assess the effectiveness of government programs. No? Through systematic investigation po ng mga students, ng mga agencies na may research department, policymakers no, can identify what works, what fails, and why certain interventions succeed in one locality but falter in another. So in an archipelagic country like Philippines, no, where resources and capacities vary greatly across regions, such no one's insights are invaluable. Data analysis transform raw information into actionable intelligence. No? Let's say, for example, sabi ko nga po kanina, when the Department of Health analyzes vaccination rates by municipality patterns emerged that reveals when outreach effort must intensify. Similarly, no, in urban planning, no, analyzing traffic flow data can guide infrastructure investment that reduce congestion and improve commuter experience. Kung Diyos ko po, ginawa na ng taon-taon na lang ginawa, Panginoon ko po, na yung aming major daanan ay laging ginagawa. Pero yung talagang mga sirat, lubak-lubak, aywan ko hindi ginagawa, pero yung mga buo, sinisira. No? Uh, Calling the attention of the sorry, joke lang. So yet in our country, no, the journey toward fully integrating research and data into governance is far from complete. Susugan ko lang yung ano ko kanina, no. I visited different countries, no. Sa Japan, kung ano lang yung area na may sira, doon lang talaga, hindi yung buo agad. Then, let's say dumaan ako ngayon, no, let's say sa Japan or kaya sa Hong Kong or kaya sa other. Pagdaan ko ginagawa, pagbalik pwede ng daanan. Sa Pilipinas, 1 week yata bago daanan, hindi ko alam ang Pilipinas, pero ang tagal. Tapos doon, hindi yung ginagawa yung isa, yung sa susunod na naman mga ilang kilometers, may ginagawa na naman. Walang ganun sa other country, sa Pilipinas lang. One at a time para mabilis. No? So, ewan ko ba, siguro nakikita naman nila yan. I don't know. So, barriers, no? Baka may taga-MMDA dito, ha? Baka naman. Okay, barriers include outdated data collection methods, no? Inconsistent interagency coordination and limited technical capacity in some local government units. And these constraints can result in policies based on incomplete or outdated information, no? Weakening their impact. So global best practices demonstrate that these challenges can be overcome. No? Singapore's Smart Nation initiative uses real-time sensors and analytics to manage everything from waste collection to public housing maintenance. No? Estonia's digital governance platform integrate citizen records across government services, reducing bureaucratic delays and increasing transparency. Both show that political will, investment in technology, and a culture of data-driven decision-making are essential. Take note yung mga computer sa DepEd, no, kung aware kayo, no, magkano, pero yung quality, oh my God, kakalungkot. No, galing ako simbahan, nag-ano ko, pasensya na po. No, culture values, kaya ayaw ko maghawak ng public ad eh. No, culture values no, significantly influence how public administration operates. No? In our country, no, bayanihan, a tradition of collective community effort, often fill gaps no, left by bureaucratic limitations, especially in times of crisis. Yun naman nakaganda sa Pilipinas. Sabi nga nila, di ba, parang kawayan tayo kung saan mandalay ni hangin, kaya natin, nakakabalik tayo. So that, you as a student, no, advanced research can incorporate such socio-cultural dynamics into program evaluation, no, ensuring that policy, syempre, no, design resonate with the communities they serve. Methodological diversity strengthen public administration research. Na? Sabi ko kanina, quantitative tools like statistical modeling and forecasting can predict future needs. Di ba parang ano na tayo sa term na forecasting, 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 forecasting. Pero hindi pa rin ano. Because syempre, di ba po, sabi ko nga, yung quantitative tools like statistical modeling and forecasting can predict our future needs. Well, qualitative methods like ethnographic studies and stakeholder interviews uncover underlying causes of policy successes or failures, no? And syempre matatalinong Pilipino, no? We combining these approaches creates a more holistic view of governance challenges. So, medyo mahirap-hirap lang kapag mixed methods, pero at least na-consider natin yung quali and quantitative. No? So the growing global shift toward evidence-based policymaking is transforming how our public administration functions. For UK, no, for instance, no, the What Works Network conducts rigorous evaluation of government programs, ensuring that public funds are directed toward proven solutions. No? Tayo kasi nangyayari laging ano lang eh, sapin ba? Hindi man yata sapin dun eh. Yung parang madali ang solusyon na hindi naman nagtatagal. No? So, the Philippines can adapt similar models po sa UK, no, to institutional continuous learning in governance. Pag tumatakbo ang kandidato ng transparency, accountability, no? So transparency and accountability are integral to effective public administration. Kaya naman pag tayo nakarinig sa kandidato ng ganun, wow, di ba? Para kapag ka po nakaupo na, naku, nalilimutan nila kaya dapat ipinapaalala. So in the Philippine setting, no, initiative like the Freedom of Information program are intended to empower citizens with access to government health data. However, no, the impact of freedom of information depends heavily on public awareness, the completeness of available data, and willingness of agencies to comply with disclosure requirements. Pwede nating aralin yung freedom of expression, ay, freedom of information. Asa na kaya siyang level? No? Actually, yung awareness niyan, hindi pa rin talaga lahat eh. No? Lalo na sa mga area na challenge yung internet connections, yung mga YouTube, mga social services, social media services, hindi pa rin kaya. No? So public administration must open, navigate competing priorities. For instance, in balancing economic growth with environmental conversation, data analysis can clarify trade-offs and help design policies that minimize harm while maximizing benefits. No, in our country, this has been seen, no, in delicate policy decisions surrounding mining, tourism development, and coastal resource management. Sa Jessica Soho, no, diniscuss yung sa Rizal, no, yung paggamay na nagiging cost ng baha, no. So in disaster preparedness kasi and response, advanced research plays a life-saving role, no. Risk maps, no, climate models, and community vulnerability assessment can guide the prepositioning of relief goods and the reinforcement, no, of infrastructure in hazard-prone areas. So lesson from Japan's earthquake preparedness and the Netherlands flood defense strategies provide valuable blueprints to the Philippines. No? Public health governance offers another lens to see the value of data-driven decision making. Siyempre, no, lagi ko na sasample no, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the lack of real-time accurate case reporting in the Philippines no, hindered swift intervention. Meanwhile, countries like South Korea demonstrated how integrated data systems combined with mobile technology could track infections and allocate resources efficiently. Ethics in research and governance cannot be overlooked po. No? The collection and use of data in public administration must respect privacy rights, avoid bias, and transparent about methodologies. Because I believe no, without ethical safeguards, even the most sophisticated analytics can erode public trust, a critical resource for governance. No? Decentralization open both opportunities and challenges. Right now, sa local government code, empower LGUs no, to design and implement programs tailored to local needs. However, the varying capacities of LGUs mean that some excel in research-informed governance while others lag behind internationally. Countries like Sweden and Norway demonstrate how a strong local autonomy combined with robust research support leads to more equitable development outcomes. In the education sector, research and data are vital for crafting intervention that addresses learning gaps like, wait lang, malulubat. Okay. Again, the Philippines' participation in global assessment like PISA, no, Program for International Student Assessment, has exposed areas for improvement, no, prompting reforms in curriculum and teacher training. Finland's education, sa Finland po, shows how continuous research and data feedback loops can sustain excellence over a decade. No? Economic policy making in the Philippines increasingly relies on research to guide fiscal planning, social protection measures, and trade policies. Vietnam experience, no, leveraging data to transitions from an agrarian economy, no, to a diversified industrial base, offers valuable insights to Philippine development planning. Public administration is inherently interdisciplinary, requiring collaboration across economics, political science, sociology, IT, and even environmental sciences. No? Advanced research acts as the common ground where this discipline converges, providing a shared evidence base for decision making. Globalization has expanded scope of comparative governance research. No? Let's say, for example, uh, analyzing anti-corruption efforts in countries like Georgia, which in transform its public sector through radical transparency. It can inspire Philippine reforms while also warning of pitfalls if reforms are not matched with institutional safeguards. Ang Pilipinas, di ba, may ARTA naman tayo, no, na mas pinaano pa, no, pinalawig pa no, yung ARTA. So, pwede nyo rin gawing study yan about sa ARTA. Ano. So, emerging technologies are redefining public administration research. Big data analytics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence can process vast data sets to detect trends and forecast needs. No, in the Philippine context, integrating these tools into government system will require both technological investment and training for public servants. Pinangako naman ng ating presidente sa Lazona niya yan. So citizen participation in governance is gaining renewed emphasis. No? Participatory budgeting in Brazil has shown how involving citizens in fiscal decisions lead to better alignment of resource with public needs. Philippine LGUs experimenting with similar models have reported increased community trust and cooperation. Sustainability, naku po, lagi ko rin naririnig, and resilience are becoming central to public policy worldwide. No? Aligning local development goals in the Philippines with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, yung SDGs na lahat na lang yata ng universities ay nakafocus sa Sustainable Development Goals in crafting the research, no, requires meticulous tracking of progress indicators, something only possible through robust data systems and ongoing research. So the culture within government agency will largely determine the success of research integration. A mindset that values inquiry, embraces transparency, and encourages experimentation is essential for modernizing Philippine public administration. And this cultural shift is an important as investing in technology or infrastructure. Naalala niyo ba yung joke ni Madam Villar? Research kayo na research, joke lang. Capacity building in research and analytics must be prioritized. No? Partnership with universities, think tanks, and international organizations can help train government, staff, upgrade analytic tools, and standardized data protocols. Sa Pilipinas, ang dami mga partnership ng mga state universities, private universities and colleges sa other country in doing research right now. No? Parang during the time ni Sir Popoy, no, Popoy de Vera, no, yung ating CHED director. Yun, CHED, basta CHED, ano po natin, secretary, no? During his time, talaga namang lumawak yung kasi para naging main focus niya yung internationalization. Kaya talaga ang daming mga, lalo yung mga state universities and local colleges talagang nag-benchmark sila. May mga private din, nakasama ni Sir Popoy de Vera sa other country to benchmark kasi nag-focus siya sa internationalization. Wherein ang maraming mga universities and college sa Pilipinas ay partner ng mga malalaking university worldwide, no? Through the initiative of our former CHED Secretary, Sir Popoy de Vera. Pero ngayon, very promising, kasi yung ating bagong CHED chairperson, ayun, CHED chairperson is an academician, no? Si Dr. Agrupis, no? Kaya I believe, no, mas lalong maganda na yung time ni Sir Popoy, mas gaganda pa rin ulit. Or mamimintay natin kung ano ang meron tayo sa ating sa time ngayon ni Dr. Agrutis. Ano pa? Okay? So, the Philippine public administration landscape is evolving. No challenges remain from political interference in evidence-based policy making to gaps into data structure. No? Yet, opportunities abound if these challenges are addressed with a forward-looking, paboritong term ni Dr. Abante, no? Forward-looking, grounded in research and global collaboration. So, to cut in short, ang haba ng sinabi ko, sabi ko sandali lang ako, no? Public administration is both a people-centered mission and a data-driven enterprise, no? Its success depends on harmonizing, yun ang magandang term, harmonizing empathy with evidence, no? Cultural understanding with scientific rigor and local realities with global best practices. Masipag naman ang ating government agency mag-benchmark, no? So advanced research and data analysis provide the compass that can steer Philippine governance toward resilience, innovation, and inclusive growth in the 21st century. Okay?